Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy back with the Starcraft ladder from the South Korean ladder. We have once again a game with Flash, who is spawning here in the upper right as the red Terran, and his opponent here in the lower right in the here is actually a Protoss with a numeric code here, perhaps his birthday. But yeah, once again a very interesting game, as you can see from the timer. Once again a short replay at around the 30-minute mark. We might see once again Flash try one of his aggressive moves out, maybe once again a bunker rush, maybe a timing push once again, as they're chatting here once again in South Korean. So the production tab is of course as always up in the upper left part, and we see the build orders from the players very soon. It is a 4 spawning location map, so it could of course be a greedy gameplay here by the Protoss. Might try to go for a Nexus first, it could be a possibility, and let's see if this is going to happen, how the reaction from Flash is going to unfold. Who is opening up here also standardly with his supply depot. I believe these two are actually GG here, so I hope Flash is not going to GG out early here, as they're still chatting, so I have to check the scripts and perhaps translate this. And yeah, let's see how the game is going to unfold. We have the barracks for Flash, still no buildings here for the Protoss, so he is indeed going for a Nexus first. Quite a greedy gameplay here by him, but then given the fact that it is a 4 spawning location map, of course it is a possibility, as now the SCV from Flash is moving out onto the map, and if he's lucky and scouts the lower right part, we might see him go for a bunker rush with some SCVs. Actually, I'm pretty sure that he's going to try this versus the greedy gameplay here for the Protoss. So indeed a lucky scout by Flash. Is he going to be able to punish the greedy gameplay here from the Protoss? We're about to find out. Gas has also been finished. There's the barracks, and in comes the SCV from Flash. We're seeing of course the timing from the Nexus, sees the timing from the gateway, stays around a little bit, and actually a very low APM here from this Protoss player. As the action continues here, he sees even gas here for him. No forge for the Protoss, so no intentions by him to go for a defensive gameplay towards his expansion. Let's have a look at the reaction from Flash. There is his factory, more SCVs are getting produced by him. We also have a supply depot, and is he going to try perhaps to move out to attack very soon with a bunker rush? He's checking of course how many probes are mining now. Gas, there's the cybernetics core, we do see some movement. It's just a marine right now. The factory will finish in time very soon, so some vultures might also get thrown out here by Flash, as the marines are still chasing the probe away here. So CV also giving important information. More probes are getting produced here actually for the Protoss, but it is a quite a exposed expansion here for him, as indeed I do see more movement here by Flash, with more and more marines that are moving forward towards the expansion point. There we have the first vulture, so it looks indeed like a timing push by Flash, but however no SCVs. Actually he does pull the SCV, so now indeed it is going to be a rush at around the 3-minute and 30-second mark. Quite aggressive gameplay here by Flash, and this is actually very hard to stop for the Protoss. So it looks like the Protoss is very likely going to lose this expansion right here. The first Dragoons are already getting produced. They might have some good shots here from the high ground. The SCV is even ready to build the bunker. There we have one Zealot even out here for the Protoss, and as income 4 Marines already, and all of the probes have been pulled here. So it looks like the Protoss pretty much going to abandon his expansion right here. He's going to fight on the high ground. It's very smart by him. Probes have been pulled. SCVs are moving forward. The bunker is getting produced here, as 2 probes have been sniped. Another one has been sniped here as well. The Zealot might be the next target here for Flash, but however very chaotic scene we have here. Units all over the place. Great surround here by the Protoss, as he's able to push Flash here back, but the bunker has now been finished, and with that a very good position all of a sudden here for Flash, as even the Dragoon is taking more and more damage. So in comes the vulture in the front. It's even getting repaired, but a little bit of a miss micro by Flash. However, he's going to secure this kill, I'm pretty sure of it, as the bunker is of course still alive. There's still 2 SCVs here out for Flash, who could be able to repair this bunker. So quite a chaotic scene in the early game, with that Flashing having a small advantage. But of course the Protoss come back with a robotics facility bay with some reavers. Not that many probes have actually been lost here by the Protoss, and remember Flash also pulled around 7 SCVs, and only 2 SCVs have been remaining. With that, he will react, of course, to create one of his own expansions right here. So indeed, a lucky scout by him. Let's have a look what those dragoons will be able to do. Like they will target the vulture, and actually deciding to move out with range being done. I believe Sweet Dragoons should of course be able to take out this bunker with the 4 Marines into it. So quite a early aggressive move out by Flash. In the end, he's going to lose some of his minerals invested right here. The Marines are very likely also going to get sniped, so have a look. Marines not even getting microed now. Finally they will react. Yeah, Flash trying to buy a little bit of time. Of course the Marines will be sniped. The SCVs also are here in danger, are trapped. He could have, of course, pulled them back home, but in the end I believe he's going to try to buy some time for those vultures to place those mines. And yeah, with that, Flash very smartly keeping the Protoss at bay, keeping him at home. Of course there's no observatory. The observatory has just started here for the Protoss. The Protoss might try to pull those Dragoons forward to pull the mines, but yeah, it is of course very risky. So quite a smart gameplay here once again by Flash. Buying some time here for his expansion, even having a tank out, and more factories might get produced by him very soon. We have an engineering bay, we have another factory, so some turrets might also be placed, as I did see a robotics facility bay with a shuttle first, so no observer first yet here for the Protoss. He might try to move out very early on aggressively versus the opponent, as another pile is getting placed here out. So with that, Flash having those 2 vultures really important for him. Having vision, seeing exactly when or if the Protoss is going to move out to clear the mines. So given the fact that the mines haven't been attacked yet, Flash of course might think that it would be a early attack with a shuttle, with some reavers. We actually have a probe here into this shuttle. So a nice attempt here by the Protoss to bypass these mines right here. Very smartly done by him, and taking another position. But remember, there are vultures out. Siege tank is about to get done. The vultures don't have speed yet, but still great units to have with the scouting ability, with the fast movement. As we see more Dragoons actually getting produced, and now finally the Protoss will be able to clear those mines in order to perhaps even establish a base right here. As another probe is getting pulled, but this probe is nicely getting hidden right here. So it could be a double base by the Protoss very soon. But yeah, remember, Flash always keeps those 2 scouting vultures out to have more vision off to the map. So we're closing towards the 10-minute mark. We see 2 factories with 2 add-ons right here, tanks in the back. Flash is of course expecting an attack by a shuttle. He has a tank right here, he even has a turret, so very smart defense by him in case a shuttle is moving forward. It will already take some damage here, and now the Protoss is actually the one moving slowly but steadily forward, but it's just a couple of Dragoons of course. They will stand no chance against a nice strategic placement by those 2 tanks, as the shuttle is very likely going to try perhaps to be lucky here with a drop. There is 4 zealots into it, so he might drop them. The shuttle already taking some damage, quite a lot of damage here out of the turret, so a little bit of a suicide mission here for the Protoss, but in the end more damage is actually being taken here by Flash. 2 tanks have been sniped, the third one also taking some damage, so very smart and strong move here by the Protoss, willing to sacrifice some units. So the SCVs have to be pulled here to fight, and more chaos is about to unfold as 2 tanks are of course on the high ground. And with that, Flash is going to be able to hold, but at what cost? It did lose so many units right there. The tanks are still dealing damage here. The observer gives good information, as there is some long distance mining happening here for the Protoss. And yeah, a very aggressive move out finally by the Protoss. I really like that, with a drop with the 4 zealots this time. Not deciding to go for some Reaver gameplay. Sadly for him, he did lose the shuttle, as those 2 turrets really dealt a good amount of damage. But with that, of course, he's going to show his presence. He's going to make it harder for Flash to move out with his timing pushes, as some tanks have been lost here for Flash. There we have the reaction by Flash. More factories are getting produced. So is it going to be enough for a timing push? Is he going to be successful? We're about to find out. That it is a very good gameplay here by the Protoss. Still not taking this base right here, and also not investing into a second expansion. So with zealots and with speed for the zealots, he might be able to hold this, but sadly for him there is no speed yet done for the zealots. Is there even a Citadel of Adun? Sadly I don't see one here for the Protoss, so he might be in trouble in case Flash is actually moving out. And once again, 2 SCVs with 2 gas right here. I believe this is his lucky omen right here, his lucky movement, having 2 SCVs with 2 gas for good luck, one without. Perhaps he's going to choose one with minerals. But yeah, slowly but steadily he's moving out. The Dragoons are nicely intercepting, but remember the Protoss is not having speed for those Zealots. So that can be quite deadly. He does have, however, a shuttle in the air. Some great drops could happen here. There are no turrets yet to defend. The movement is continuing here. Some vultures will be snapped, but the tanks in the back now finally will be intercepted with the Zealots right here. So good attacks here by the Protoss as another tank is getting snapped. Sorry. So tank after tank is actually getting lost here for Flash, as the Dragoons actually are doing a great job, and even though the Protoss has no speed done for the Zealots, he's being able to push this actually back. So a complete failed attack here by Flash. Quite surprisingly what exactly has happened here. Looks like the shuttle with the drop with the 4 Zealots seems to be enough against timing pushes here by Flash. Flash is still checking out the proximities right here. And of course the fact that the Protoss didn't invest into another expansion. He has enough minerals for Dragoons, for Zealots. Now we do have speed for the Vultures, but not that much of an army here for Flash. And the defense actually looking really strong here for the Protoss, as more and more Zealots are getting added, but still no speed, still no Citadel for him. What exactly is the reaction from Flash going to be? Perhaps he's going to try to go for another expansion. He is once again moving out. I believe this time he's going to try to be more careful, even having the barracks in the front and the engineering bay. And there's actually only Dragoons for the Protoss with a shuttle with 2 hurt as Zealots. So once again Flash is moving out, placing those mines. Tanks are in the back, Vultures are in the front. No turrets yet for him. Perhaps this one SCV is going to try to build a turret right here. Of course, to have vision against the observer into the air. And slowly but steadily we close towards the end game actually. So let's have a look how this game is going to unfold. The Dragoons are in a pretty good health. Their steel shields are up. We do have the shuttle right here. Finally, it's filled with 4 Zealots. We do have the tanks in the back. More and more is getting thrown out. But sadly here for the Protoss, it still has no lag. So in comes the attack. The Zealots are in the front, already taking quite some damage. They could be lucky here to soak up the mines in the front. The shuttle is taking some damage. The Zealots now are in a great position in the back from Flash. But in the end, it looks like Flash seems to be having enough, or let's see, some tanks are in the back. Not that many Dragoons have been lost here for the Protoss, as he's now being forced to pull back. And I believe the siege is going to continue here for Flash, as more and more reinforcements are moving forward. So slowly but steadily Flash is gaining more and more control of the map. This could be a good flank here for the Protoss. Of course the Vultures will be targeted immediately, but the tanks in the back are still not getting touched. Now finally one tank is about to fall, the second one also taking some damage, but on the high ground there's even more and more tanks, and the splash damage is very real here versus the Protoss, as now the Vultures will be able to secure the advancement here by Flash. So it looks like Flash might have done it. There's the lucky SCV with the gas. Another turret is being placed, and more is unfolding. Interesting enough, Flash forgetting about his engineering bay and his barracks could have been good in the front to soak up some damage from the Dragoons right here. And sadly for the Protoss, he's pretty much walking now into a mid-winner. So much splash damage being taken by him, and the Vultures are still pretty healthy here in the front, as the reinforcements will arrive on time. And with that, of course, we do have the GG out from the Protoss. So a very good early game. Good early defense actually here by the Protoss. Really being aggressive, showing his presence with the Dragoons, with the Zealots, even inflicting some damage right here towards the tanks, so not really giving up that quickly. Also interesting enough, he decided not to go for another expansion. He decided to invest his money into more gateway units. He even had a starport right here for some arbiters. Sadly for him, I believe the only small mistake, actually it could of course be a huge mistake if you ask me, no Citadel of Odun and no speed for the Zealots. With that, sadly, the game would have been lost, and we do actually even see some carriers getting produced here by him. So the idea was pretty great. 2 starports, carriers, could have taken Flash by surprise, but in the end, Flash just had way too much, and with this nice other timing push, once again he's being able to take a game. However, very hard timing push this time for Flash, not really such a convincing move. He did lose quite a lot of number of tanks. The first push was actually pulled back by the Protoss with a great reaction, with some Dragoons and with the Zealots into the shuttle. But yeah, like I told you, perhaps the mistake by the Protoss not having speed lags, and with that Flash once again with a timing push, also with the bunker rush in the early game. Let's not forget that was a successful bunker rush, but in the end Flash also invested a lot of minerals He also lost some mining time with SCV, so it's always risky. Of course, you will be able to snipe the Nexus from the opponent, but at what cost? In the end, the bunker is going to fall, the Marines will fall, the SCVs will also be lost, mining time is going to get lost, so quite risky. Of course, you're showing your presence and you try to scare your opponent, but in the end, it is always risky, as even the Protoss can come back with some shuttles and with some river gameplay and really punish the economy. But in the end, a very nice timing push once again here by Flash. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Tommy signing out.